No one to hold them, no one to fold them. In the mid-1970s into the 1980s, the Soviet Union wanted to prevent Islamic fundamentalism from spreading across Afghanistan, which would, in the end, lead to the country splitting ties with the Soviets, and fundamentalist unrest would spill into the southern part of the Soviet Union. Against all warnings, the decision was made to invade Afghanistan. Instead of intimidating like they hoped to do, the Soviets only emboldened the Islamists. They had made a fatal mistake and led the situation to get out of hand to the point where there was no exit for them. To pull out would mean losing their prestige and creating a power vacuum, but to stay would mean to continue pouring money into a cause that was no longer worth it. Wisdom is knowing when to end, and if we don't end it perfectly, we need to understand how to turn short-term defeat into victory, when to stop, make an exit, and come to terms. Sophomore year, I was rooming with Wink, and we could not figure out how to live with each other. We would have some major argument at least once every 2 weeks, and overall, things grew to be hostile. One night, during another crucial conversation, I told her that I didn't see a reason for us to be friends anymore, and we should just move to treating each other like roommates, with no other expectations of the other. I'm telling you this because the exit strategy can be used in relationships to leave when things are toxic or unhealthy. However, timing is key. You have to know when to end. To successfully utilize the exit strategy, you 1, must have an idea of how to end it. 2, seek to end it well, because emotions will dominate the ending. If the conflict ends poorly, there will be a burning resentment or a desire for revenge. 3, use your strategic third eye. Plant the seeds of victory in present defeat. Karl von Clausewitz termed that the optimum point to end a war, the culminating point of victory. Failing to recognize the moment and fighting beyond it will only bring unwanted circumstances. So, how did I fail to use the exit strategy? 1, have an idea of how to end it. Or don't. Just say the most controversial thing you can think of in the heat of an argument. 2, seek to end it well. Or don't. Say it with extra spite and make sure they know how much you don't want to associate with them. Rub salt in the wound. 3, plant seeds of victory. Or don't. Use the silent treatment and avoid eye contact for the next year, even when you have to see each other every day at ROTC and work together. I could have not allowed my emotions to dictate my decision making. Instead, like the Soviets allowed pride and emotion to trap them in Afghanistan, I was trapped in a dorm room, having exited at the wrong time. In the end, I had failed to recognize that my own culminating point of victory had passed, just as the Soviets had. The exit strategy can be used to set you up for success, to save you before you suffer an unrecoverable loss. Or it can be used to dig yourself into a deeper hole, to shut and lock the door that you're trying to leave from. The culminating point of victory cannot be missed.